So, I just got home from walking out on my job. I can't say that I'm quitting because I have intentions to go back for my next shifts, but I also don't know if I'm fired for doing that. Yeah, I don't know. Some jobs, they like to play with you. Like I never like to believe in like the corporate games that some jobs play. I don't even really work in a corporate world, but I guess it can still exist even if you're not in a suit and tie. The politics exist everywhere, and I don't know. Maybe I'm being dramatic for why I walked out, but yeah, I don't know. No one likes to feel played with or toyed with. I'm a very direct person, and maybe it's unrealistic to expect people to be direct with you, especially employers, because they're not. It's at will. They can just let you go because they feel like it. They're not obligated to keep you or let you know of their intentions or plans. And when you feel like you're on the opposite end of that plan, it doesn't feel good. So I don't know. So this is my rant, really, my work rant. Yeah, and of course when I leave, one of my friends calls me that works there, and um so I'm a bartender, and I'm a part-time bartender, and there are full-time bartenders. I never wanted to be a full-time employee anywhere because who wants to work, really? But if you know anything about the service industry and or bartending, you can make some decent money. Like you can work a couple shifts and be okay. And all I ask is that I get the shifts that I need to sustain life. And if I'm giving any pushback, that's what it's about because I need to live. But yeah, so of course after I leave, one of my friends too. So my friend, a work friend, she got promoted to be a manager. Before promoting her, they did ask me if I wanted to be a manager too. I said no, I would never want to be a manager at a restaurant. Seems like the most stressful job, and you take a pay cut because they're on salary. There's no cap to what a bartender or a server can make on a good shift, bad week. I mean, good whatever. Um, yeah, and upon her becoming a manager, of course, I'm excited. Like, okay, my homegirl, she about to hook me up. I'm about to get the good shifts. I'm gonna just get what I want and what I need because she understands. And ever since I've been bartending, I've been granted at least 2 to 3 bar shifts, which okay, fine. But ever since she became manager, it's almost like it's a battle. I mean, there are times when it wasn't like that, and since this year started, it's very much so been that. They hired a new girl about a week ago, or they brought a new girl from a different location, and she's told everybody that the GM asked her to be a bartender there. And this happens the same week as I'm getting less shifts, so I'm hot. Like, so me, I don't beat around the bush. So I go in the next time I see the GM and I say, "Is there something you need to tell me?" And oh, what do you mean? I said, "Well, I only got 1 bar shift, and the 1 bar shift that I got is shared with another person. If you have something to tell me, you can just say it. If you don't want to be a bartender, you can just say that to me. Because I would appreciate the honesty. Like, hey, we don't think that this is the position for you. You're not fitting the job title, whatever. Then I would just, it would be unfortunate, but what could I say?" And he's like, "Oh, no, 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 you're one of the good ones. We're gonna have employee eval soon, and some people are gonna be happy about it, but you're one of the good ones." So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe it's just this week's schedule. Maybe they're about to fire somebody. It sounds like because, like I said, they hired somebody new, and she's talking about how she is gonna be a bartender. So this was last week. Today I get my schedule, and it's the fucking same. And it may not be that serious to some people, and maybe not even the managers, but like, and this is why I would expect someone who is my manager friend to understand that, because me, my parents are gone. Like, I'm not that close with my siblings. So if I can't afford to live, I don't have any options. So yeah, I'm hot and I'm tight because at this point you fucking playing with me and I could have got a new job. I can do something else if you don't want me to do this. Like, that's all you have to say. Just say it to my face, please. Don't be passive aggressive to me. So I'm there today on my 1 bar shift and it's dead as fuck. And the person who's been working their ass off with their full-time schedule, one second, it's my brain. So the one person who's been getting the full-time schedule I'm scheduled with, and it's dead. So when I first saw the schedule last week, when I saw this week's schedule, this person who gets full-time, they always call off. And there's been a couple times where they called off where I was already there and they're like, oh, well, can you stay because so-and-so called off. So I'm like, well, I'm going to call off because just stop playing with me. Just don't play with me. So I did. So I get my. So today was when that shift was, and as I'm sitting to prepare for work, I see my next week's schedule, and it's the fucking same. I was livid, like the enrage that I felt. I could have slapped the fuck out of somebody, and so I really wanted to just not go like I said I would, but then I thought, like, if they are trying to get rid of somebody else to give this other girl the shifts, this is exactly what they would want me to do. So I would be falling into the trap. So I go. Still livid, like literally mad for like 2 hours straight, like so mad. And when I get there, now my job is pretty friendly. Like everyone's like, hey, like I'm really the smiley, happy go lucky person. So I usually get that energy before I even give it because people are used to me being like that. So I see my manager and he didn't say anything to me, which is slightly alarming, because it seems like you're expecting me to be upset. And I see another manager, the one who makes my schedule, and kind of the same thing. Like I said, me and her were friends. I would run up and hug her. So it was very odd that they were acting like that. And me, I wanted to just cut straight to the chase. I'm like, I can't work mad. Like I'm a lot of things, but I'm not gonna do something that I don't want to do. I really stand big on that. Like I'm not gonna work a 7-hour shift while I'm mad as hell because that anger, you internalize it, it'll make you sick. So I try to go back to the office to try to talk to a manager. It is obviously through shift change, so there's a lot of people in the office. I just walk away because I'm like, I don't want to make a scene. And I was so mad. Like, I don't know if I was going to start crying. Like, because I'm just emotional about it. Because like I said, like, I don't have anybody else I can call it. If I don't have the money that I need, and granted, I still did get 4 shifts, but also it's like, if you worked in a restaurant, the bartenders just make more money depending on where you at. And it's just like, just tell me the truth. I don't put me in no gray areas. I like color gray. Corny. Don't put me in no gray areas. I don't like nothing gray. Don't. It's black or it's white. Just say, Gabriella, we don't want you to bartend no more. Then I just won't bartend. Don't give me. What is this? This is his name. What is it? It has a name. Gaslighting. I don't know if you guys have heard the gaslighting story, but it's literally a story where this husband, he slowly turns, I can't remember if it's up or down, but he slowly is turning something up and down, a gaslight, obviously up or down on his wife. And every time she inquires about it, he's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, basically. And she starts to lose her fucking mind, but he actually was fucking with it the whole time. Yeah, they're gaslighting me. Yeah. So, yeah, so I just don't want to be played with. So, and my anger, like I said, my anger is I'm fight or flight. Like, we gonna fight, or it's fight or flight. So I don't want to have to fight anybody at work. I don't have to scream. I don't have to put my hands on nobody. I don't even have to cry. I hate crying in front of people. So I just left. I left. And I obviously had to accept the consequences that may come with that, that maybe I am terminated. My manager did call me about 15 minutes ago. I've been gone for maybe about an hour and a half or something like that. I don't know. He just called me and he was like, "Hey, are you okay?" And where are you? I said, "I'm home and I'm better now." He says, "What was going on? You left." I said, I was very, very angry, and I figured the best thing for me to do was to just leave. He said, "Well, what are you angry about?" Bro, saying gaslight just now, repeating the story, you know why the fuck I was mad. If you gave me the fucking copy paste schedule of the last time when I fucking confronted you the next day I saw you, you know. Anyways, so he's like, "Well, why were you mad?" I said, "Well, I did talk to you about this last week, but my schedule is changing, and the only reason why I would personally be upset about my schedule changing is because I need to sustain life. I have to live, pay rent. And he said, "So you left in the middle of a shift?" I said, "It was the beginning." He said, "Okay, well, that sounds like shift abandonment. I don't know what your next couple scheduled days are. I have to look at everything. I have to go back and look at something, but I'll have to go look at some things, and I'll get back to you. Enjoy your evening." I said goodbye. So I don't know if I'm fired. Honestly, I don't think they can fire me for that. I really don't. I looked up what um, shift abandonment means, and it's basically when you quit, but it's days on end. I left in a shift emergency. Actually, shit, I should see a therapist and say stress. That's the real thing, stress. But seriously though, I was shaking. Like, so if I did have a therapist or have a doctor of sorts, they probably would have diagnosed me with like she did the right thing, because I was shaking. When I got to work, I was shaking. I looked at that schedule an hour and a half before that. So like, imagine, like, I no. So yeah, so I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe this is the start of my YouTube journey. My best friend's been telling me to get on YouTube, and she challenged me to post something on Monday, which today is Saturday, and I accepted challenge. So yeah, here we are. So this is my story time, but I thought it was a good one. So here we are.